Well, here we are again. Building a van is so much harder than I expected. Like, everything takes at least twice as much as you planned for it, and if you film it, it takes at least 3 times as long. But yeah, now we're here again. After what, more than a month? Very consistent, Jerome. Nice. Anyways, let's just get into the video. Buddy, whoa, okay. This week's video is all about framing and insulating the van. Now when you get a van, it's basically only a box of metal. So in order to attach wood walls and furniture, you have to do some framing. The framing is basically the skeleton of the entire camper. It's what holds the vehicle and all the things inside together. So it has to be very, very strong. For the framing, we attached 2x4 cm wood battens to the wall. However, you can't just screw the wood to the wall like that, because it'll damage the metal. I mean, that's just like asking for the rust to basically invade your van. That's why you first used bolts and nuts to attach the wood to the existing holes in the van. But later we found out that there is a much easier way to do it. You can use something called a rivet gun. With this tool you can put rivet nuts directly into the holes of the van. And then you just have to put holes in the battens, put a bolt through the batten and attach it to the rivet nut. However, even after that, it turned out not to be that easy.
Oh, wie ist das gemacht? Kann es auch so drücken? Kannst du drücken, wie du willst. Ich muss 3 dran gesetzt.
Was ist sicher dran?
Oh, hast du weg da? Ist da logisch?
Where I gebracht?
Yep, re-broke the rivet gun. And so we had to order a new one. There were some places in the van where there were not enough holes in the metal to attach the bolts, so we had to drill new ones. When you make new holes in the metal of the van, it is very important to treat the metal with a new coat of paint in order to prevent rust. I can't stress this enough. Like rust, it will eat away your van. And I've seen so many YouTubers not treat their metal after drilling into it. It will eat away your van within 3 years. Okay, understood? Fine, okay, let's move on. All in all, the framing was a process of measuring, cutting, drilling, screwing and painting. But with the help of our friends, we managed to get it done.
Hey buddy.
Easy peasy. Hey buddy. There's a chicken coming. How are you, buddy? He's not very talkative. Okay, wanna get down again? Okay. When the framing was done, we could finally start with the insulation. Now for my insulation, I went with sheep's wool. It has some very particular benefits. First off, it can absorb a lot of humidity, unlike rock wool, which is much more susceptible to mold when it gets wet. Second of all, it has a very high R value, which basically means that it is very good at heat insulation. The lower the R value of a material, the better that material is at insulating heat, basically. Unlike the Armaflex, which is the material we use to insulate the floor, it is very adaptive and you can just squeeze it into every hole of the van. And last but not least, it is environmentally sustainable, contrary to Armaflex, which is made from fossil fuels, I think. Yeah, don't fact check me on that, but no matter what it is, I know it's not very ecological, so yeah. The one problem that sheep's wool has is that it's a seasonal product. It took very, very long to arrive here and we had to wait for over a month, I think. So yeah, you have to take that into consideration if you want to insulate your van with sheep's wool. After installing the insulation, it is necessary to put some kind of protective layer onto the insulation to prevent humidity from entering into the insulation. In short, if we did everything right, it should prevent mold and rust from getting into the walls. By the way, insulating the walls was kind of easy, but the ceiling, that wasn't that easy, but we got it up eventually. After completing the installation, we cut some planks out of plywood and attached them vertically to the battens. These will become important when we attach the cladding and the furniture to the walls later on. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this week. Next week I'll show you how we put in the water tank and the bat frame and how I spent my first night in the van. So subscribe if you don't want to miss that. Alright, love you. Bye. Okay, now I gotta figure out a way to get these chicken inside again. Come on guys, go inside.